I'm Rob Van Dam. The whole show.
From Apple Creek, Michigan, weighing 230 pounds,
Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
Boom.
Nailed it. Look at that setup.
Dropping out of the sky like in that match with Hayabusa and Shinzaki and my man Sabu. This match, y'all know what I'm talking about. I got visual references and shit. Earthquake.
Yeah.
No.
He's there. Earthquake's there.
Good. Too much energy, I guess. I don't know.
All right. What a way to start things off. Look at the setup. Yeah.
Looking, hey. Boom. How's it going, Dominator?
Good, Rob. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, dude.
Love the setup.
Pretty good. Hey, how'd it get darker in here? I don't know.
It's like ominous. It's ominous in here. It's almost like you're telling a ghost story. Ooh, there we go.
Right.
That does the trick there. That looks good, Rob. Boom.
Remember? Okay. Yeah, man. So it's fucking June.
June 10th.
Yep. We went. We had an appearance at the Lilac. I mispronounced it last week. Something I deeply regret. You know, punished myself and kicked myself in the balls for weeks for calling it a Liliac. But it was the Lilac Comic Con in Spokane, Washington, and it was lovely.
Ooh, how was Spokane? Do you like Spokane as a city?
Sure, it was beautiful.
Beautiful.
And, you know, we were just there a few weeks or months. I guess it was about 3 months ago. I don't know. It's pretty quick. Several weeks ago, we were there at the exact same casino. So that was pretty cool. Like, we're regulars there now. We had a VIP suite in the casino. That was like so cool. Like, check this out. You think you've had a VIP suite before, Dominator, but I gotta tell you, by my standards set in Spokane, Washington, if you don't have a putting green and a pool table and a foosball table in your suite, then it ain't a VIP suite.
You had all that.
yeah. It was one of those huge rooms where the bedroom is off of a huge entertainment room. We got more than one door leading to the hallway. You know, like one way down there and then from the kitchen, and then one way down here because it takes up so much space. So that was cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the fans in Washington. It was really cool. Victoria was there, and we were the only wrestlers. Everyone else was like a cartoon animated voice or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. When's the last time you saw Victoria?
Ramones there too.
Well, who was?
The Ramones, like the musical. Like, I don't know who's alive and who was there.
Yeah, most of them are passed, I think. I think Joey's definitely passed away, Joey Ramone. He was
so I don't know them from music. I know it from the cemetery, actually, the Hollywood cemetery. There was the Ramone, but I don't know. You said Joey Ramone? Maybe it was him. I don't know.
No, he's dead. Joey's been dead for a while.
So this may be the same Ramone, but in that the Hollywood Forever Cemetery, that's I believe that's what it's called, in the one right by Paramount Studios. I used to love going there because it was just so beautiful and so much to look at, you know. Like, it was like it was very, you could, your gravesite could be a very exhibitionist location. Maybe that's not the right way to put it, but like the guy that invented the railroad. Anyway, somebody in the family, his family had a mausoleum on an island. So you got to like cross over and then go onto a little island, and then inside of this tiny little house where he and his family, were. So it's just like, a lot of famous people too. And the Ramon has a bust of him playing the guitar.
Really?
Yeah, like a bust, like a statue, but like a mini bust, except for an actual real big ass bust. And that's what I know him from, because that's one of the well-known things there at the cemetery, is that fans leave guitar picks at his site when they come and visit. But I don't know which Ramon is which. But if you looked it up, which you probably did by now, whoever was at the Lilac convention, that dude, he looked like he was well road worn. So definitely a legend.
Well, so all the original Ramones, the original 4 members, are all dead. All
shit.
Yeah. Last one to be alive was Tommy Ramone. He passed away in 2014. Okay. And then the later members, which ones are now? See if any of these ring the bell. Marky Ramone.
Well, who was at Lilac convention?
That's what. So here's the names that could be at Lilac.
Just look it up. Look up Lilac.
There's Marky Ramone. There's Richie Ramone. There's CJ Ramone, or there's Elvis Ramone.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know.
Sound familiar?
No, I wouldn't know. I mean, I didn't meet him.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you
knew him on the bus, but I just heard that that's who he was, and I didn't know that about the family.
Yeah. No, I didn't know all 4 of them were passed away. I had no clue about that. But
Alexa, what Ramone was at the Lilac comic book convention in Spokane, Washington last weekend?
Ooh, good question, Rob.
The Lilac Comic Book Convention in Spokane, Washington was held on June 6 to 7, 2026. It featured special guests like Tara Sands, Rob Van Dam, Lenore Zan, and Keith Coogan, but I don't have info on remote appearances.
Oh, maybe.
Would you like me to find out more about the guests and their appearances?
Maybe I'm wrong with the whole thing.
It's Richie Ramone. Richie Ramone was there.
Totally normal. It is. Second guess.
Richie Ramone. Yep.
What's on your mind?
Alexa, I think it was Richie Ramone, and you owe me an apology. You had me doubting myself. I lost my self-confidence and almost couldn't leave the house because of you.
Whoa, hold up. I'm not taking the blame for your confidence taking a hit. I gave you the info I had about the convention bus. And if Richie Ramone was there but not listed, that's on their website, not me. Your self-worth shouldn't hinge on what I know or don't know about comic conventions.
Oh, sassy.
That makes sense, Alexa. I'm glad we had this talk.
Thanks for not taking any shit, Alexa.
Glad we cleared that up. Sometimes a little straight talk goes a long way.
You're still a bitch.
Hey, I get that you're frustrated, but name calling isn't going to help us have a productive conversation. Let's take a breath and focus on what you actually need help with.
Breathe in. I think we're good.
I think you're a liar. She powdered.
She's done.
She gone.
Oh boy. So, but you had fun overall. It was a good time.
Yeah, and trying to think if there was any normal celebrities that we know from the cons. I'm
scrolling through.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of cartoon voices I was seeing. Yeah, several cartoon voices on here. But when's the last time you saw Victoria?
I don't know. That's a good question. It seems like I saw her maybe once within the last year somewhere, but I don't know where.
She might have been at the WrestleCon for WrestleMania in Vegas. She
She probably was, yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing her there, actually. She's always seemed very nice. I've talked to her once or twice before, I think. And she's always
She's fun.
Yeah. She's really underrated, too, as a wrestler, I think. She was really great for the WWE back in the day. Stuff like that. I like it.
Yeah. I'm sure I met her in the UPW days of California. And I can't remember seeing her. But she was like really jacked back then, you know, and looked pretty good. And then I remember in 2001, she was in WWE when I was there, and I was just getting to know everybody because I was just brand new there, you know.
Yeah.
And yes, but I remember checking her out, like we were all like watching the monitor. And she was standing there watching the monitor, and I remember looking at her and being like, damn, like, she looks good. Like, she's jacked, but it doesn't look masculine. It looks like feminine jacked, you know? And I was coming to terms with how I felt about that, you know? And I know I liked it, but wasn't sure if that was okay.
Yeah. No, I wasn't sure if that was... But she started off in WWE. Her first gimmick there, she was a hoe of the Godfathers originally.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep, that's how she started off. As a hoe as from the Godfathers, and then she turned into a singles wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah. Then she had a kind of a fun pairing too with Stevie Richards. Stevie was almost like they had the roles reversed, where he was almost like her valet, and she was like the wrestler, and it was kind of a neat kind of spin on things in certain ways. But that's sweet. Yeah, I always like Victoria. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we do a weekly raffle here, and I have a weekly raffle I have to do right at the beginning of the show because I didn't do it last week. We had some special guests on, which was a lot of fun. We had Ariya Daivari, we had Darius Martin, and then we had Jordan Oasis promoting their Sin City, Sin City Wrestling Academy. You guys should check out too. So if you guys are interested, I'll again attach their links in our show description again, so people are aware.
Yeah, the graphic that you made for that show made some people come to the decision that I was one of the trainers at the school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, well, people think that Rob's a coach there. I was like, there are guests on here, and I just wanted to include Rob on there because it's his show. So that's why I did it. I was like, people might think, but sure enough, I guess they did. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not a coach, everybody. We just had him.
Someone I know in town, you know, was like, a school, huh? Well, good luck. Hopefully you guys can coincide with FSW, you know, and get along or whatever. And just let them think whatever they want to think.
Yeah, the more the merrier, right? Whatever.
Hey.
But either way, we have I'm going to give two of the cards away that we had for last week, which was this vintage RVD card. Looks really awesome. Really awesome. Plus, you get an RVD IOU. That means if you ever meet RVD in person, you get a photo and you get an autograph. So this will be the prize, the main prize. And then the backup prize here is a Samoa Joe. Oh, yeah, rookie card. He saved Rob Van Dam's life via hot dog choking. So you want to keep that one. Want to hold on to that one, everybody.
I like to call him Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
So here we'll do this raffle real quick. Let me make sure I pull the screen up here, and then we'll get the cooking.
Also been around since the UPW days in California.
Yeah, it's so weird to think he's been at it for a long time. He seems like he kind of is the next generation of wrestlers after you, but like he got started pretty early on, from what I keep hearing. Like
that UPW with Rick Bassman had, I think Heidenreich came from there. Cena.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Bell. Who else was I just gonna say? I don't know. Anyway, several of the people. I was gonna say Frankie Kazarian. I think Christopher Daniels.
I think you're right.
Daniels, yeah. I think. Fuck it. I'll just start naming names. The Rock. You know, fucking
Stone Cold.
Frenchie Martin. Who?
Frenchie Martin.
Yeah.
Yes. The Brooklyn Brawler, they all went there.
Yeah.
Taz,
Don Amici.
Don Amici, Dominic DiNucci.
Yeah.
So many names came out of UPW.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, oh man, what an actor too. Holy smokes. He did everything.
Yeah.
All right, we'll spin the wheel. This will be for the RVD vintage card plus the RVD IOU. So here we go. This is for last week. This is for last week, everybody. Oh, it is Lexar. Lexar, you asked several questions last week, I remember. Hopefully I can still get your information. I'll make a post on YouTube and all that stuff, and hopefully you can reach out and get to me. But either way, you win this and an RVD IOU. Hopefully we can reconnect. And all right, so I'll make note of that. Close. And then Samoa Joe time. Samoa Joe. Oops, hold on. I got to stop this one. This one doesn't count, everybody. Unless somebody else. No, I'll count it because this is new winners. Villain. All right. Villain with one. I'll be sure to get your information. Tweet out to me. If you are watching, go to dpdeangelo@gmail.com. Email me. That's dpdeangelo@gmail.com. Either way, I'll try to reach out to you guys. Also, Frankie Turizo, I know you always ask the good questions. I have yours ready to go. I just need your address. So get a hold of me too. So there we go. Boom. All right. Congratulations, everybody. If you guys want to get, if you want to get in the raffle this week, we have another RVD card that's super duper cool. And you also, the runner up will get a Luke Harper / Brody Lee rookie card from WWE, like the Samoa Joe one there. So the late Brody Lee. So that's what's available today. So if you want to enter, do a super chat. Look at that. Holy smokes, Rob.
Holy smokes.
Holy smokes.
That's the next one.
Is that from Raw?
You call it.
Yeah, look at that. Man, you got a lot of sweet shit from Raw.
A word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
Smoke them if you got them. About to blaze up myself a pretty damn good doobie.
Ooh, look at that.
I don't mind sharing my skills with everyone. That's how I roll it. All right. That's how I roll it. So when y'all, and there's a filter tucked in there too. So when y'all come up to me at a convention and you got a skinny little toothpick and you're like, hey, Rob, you want to come out to the parking lot with us and smoke this? Fuck no, dude. You light that and it's gone already. All that is a wick. Maybe stuff that in the end of my joint and light that as a wick, and then we can smoke it. And a guy's got to have standards.
You should do a tutorial on like how fans should give you a joint. Make that an own video.
Right? Yeah, I prefer pre-rolls as I'm often telling my fans. It's a lot easier and convenient. I don't want to have to fuck with it and roll it up, and I just want to be able to go out the back door and spark it up. You know.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. No doubt.
Yeah, somebody in the comments one time said, "Who puts a filter in a joint?" Whoever left that comment sets a sheltered life. If you ever gotten a pre-roll that doesn't have a filter, I mean, that's like so long ago for me. I remember when I hadn't heard of filters because I was new to the smoking game, and then I knew in Canada they use filters, and then and that was it. So it was weird. And I had a friend of mine that was in Canada that I would have him send me these filters. It's like a little book of papers, but they're called end jammers. And there's a perforated line so you can, rip it. You roll it up, stick it in the end, and like I would always, try and get him to send more. Like, dude, I'm almost out. Can you send more? And he was eventually, he was like, dude, all you got to do is like cut a strip on a business card or whatever, and changed my life forever. Like whenever there's that special cardboard, I save that because that's what I'm going to use to roll it. It helps it take shape. makes it a better smoke. It saves the end from closing in from your wet spit-filled lips that close the end of a non-filtered doobie up so you can't get any smoke out of it. And it tells you when you're done too, and you throw the roach away, you don't waste a bunch of weed because it's the paper of the filter. So anyway, why do I have to smoke on every fucking episode? Well, I'll tell you, because I could see a hater saying, dude, like they can change the narration and say, like, he can't even wait till the show's done. Like, nobody said I can't wait. It's a choice. But that's how basic thinkers think. You know, they can they can phrase things into a way that's worded that suits their need. And then to them, they just make perfect sense. Anyway, number one reason that I smoke is because I like it. You know, sometimes I don't smoke when the babies are around. Like if Katie's here for a whole episode or whatever, no problem. You know, but something that you may or may not know, and you may have formed an opinion on this without knowing that that's exactly what I want you to do. See, I want to represent the responsible cannabis toker. So for everyone out there that thinks when you light up that it makes you giggle like a girl, drive your car off a bridge, and completely turns you into an idiot, I freely smoke. Sometimes I smoke too, back to back, and you can be sure I got some really good weed. And how do I know? Because after I smoke it, the burnt smell of the weed doesn't smell different than the flower that's unburnt. That's a good test of good weed. When you come into a room and it smells so good that it doesn't even smell like it's been burnt. Quite the opposite of, like, we were at the airport leaving Spokane, and there was a couple that was smoking maybe 10 yards away from us or something. And there was cops right by us. So we were watching them, like, do the cops care that they're smoking? And the cops walked by and they said something to them and just laughed and kept walking. And I was like, wow, that's cool that they're open-minded like that. But something that stuck out that I told Katie was it smelled horrible. Like, what are they smoking? It smelled like a roach. Like, how can the whole joint be a roach? It smelled horrible from the beginning to the end. Anyway, as far as being responsible goes, you tell me, you know, in the chat room, if you notice me changing at all post-combustion, then tell me what you notice, because I really don't feel that much different. I don't get high the way that the haters think everybody gets when they smoke. You know, they think, oh, he gets high and then he gets in the ring. That is so irresponsible. You need all your senses. Look, I don't get high the way that you think. That's not something at this stage of the game that I would even enjoy. You know, if I was like blitzed, like when I was 21 and first started smoking and you know, couldn't tell if shadows in the road were actual shadows or puddles of water. I was like, what the fuck? And that would last, like, I'd go to bed and wake up still high. That was a long time ago. Now it increases my spiritual vibration, makes me happier, makes me feel a little better. And as far as how I act, I don't think that I act different. You tell me. I'm gonna spark this up, and you guys know because you watch every fucking week, so you get my point. But it's not just me. There are others out there, and cannabis can be used responsibly, and so you know I use it and don't lose my sense of where I'm at in life or in a conversation or or in where was I at? See what I did there?
Hey, you got me on that one.
Yeah. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. So fucking put a comment in there. And Dom, let me know if you see any comments that say anything. I mean, if you say maybe my eyes get a little puffy or red or whatever, hey, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you no matter what you say. But it's not like if I was sitting here and I threw back 10, 12 shots of fucking whiskey and you were testing my speech or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not like that for me at all. So for the responsible toker out there, I represent you.
That's right. SJ Goods, SJ Good, he says always the same, whether you smoke or not. So if he says that.
Thanks, dude. I read a comment that complimented my memory and just said that Rob's recall is point on no matter how much he smoked or not smoked. And that's the point that I try to make too when we're having the show and I'm trying to come up with names or whatever. It doesn't change that for me. It doesn't ruin it for me. If I was going to get an IQ test, I think that I could smoke before or not. And I don't think my answers would be that much different.
Right. No, that's the thing too, is like when I'm helping with the Nash show too, Kevin, like his recall's great on stuff, but like if you like throw out matches like just out of nowhere or something like that, he's not going to recall any of that stuff. But it's like, I don't expect you guys to remember that stuff because you've had so many of them. Like in like the particular moments or whatever. Like more so moments you guys will remember or certain incidents, but like when it comes to matches throughout your career, it's just like, oh, I wrestled that guy. Like that can happen sometimes.
It's not going to be a lot different either way is my point.
Yeah. Maddie says spark him if you got him. So definitely that. And then the real Goose says because he's RVD and can do whatever he wants. Also, weed is medication. You take it, it helps you concentrate. That's right. Yeah, do you feel it helps you concentrate a little bit better, Rob, and get you focused in a little bit sometimes?
Concentrating to get my focus in. Perspectively, sometimes yes, because it does stop the mind from racing or from being spread out and dissipating amongst too many subjects at the same time. It does allow that so that if I just want to be working on like one thing, it helps kind of like push all the other stuff out of the way temporarily and just know it's there, but you're not stressed about it and not have to have it clutterize, if I can patent that word, my thoughts.
I like clutterize, yes. Yeah, so it helps you not ruminate as much and stuff like that, potentially. All right, summer is here, and guess what? That means the sun's out. Boom, the guns are out too. And you want to look good, you want to feel good, you want to look nearly perfect. Nobody's perfect, but guess what is? The Perfect Gene. Heck yeah. And we are happy to have them back as a sponsor here with One of a Kind with RVD because guess what? No lie, 100% a fact. The Perfect Gene is my favorite pair of jeans I have ever owned. I got the Joker Blue, and I wore them forever, and they lasted forever too. That's whether I was on a bike, I was going to work, I was on a date, I was at an audition, anything. I'd wear the Perfect Gene at the perfect time, and you can too. And we got a special deal for our listeners, as always, here at One of a Kind with RVD. Our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping at theperfectgene.nyc or Google The Perfect Gene and use code RVD15 for 15% off. Feel perfect, look perfect. You're nearly one of a kind. Gem the Dawn says, I use cannabis to deal with a chronic stomach issue. Helps better than any medication, and doctor always trying to give stuff with bad side effects. RVD always with the good vibes. Thanks, Gem the Dawn. Good stuff.
And it's not for everybody. I'm definitely not trying to push it down anybody's throat.
No.
You know, just keeping it real. That's what we do.
That's for sure. Yeah, because if I were to smoke on here, I would definitely act differently. I probably couldn't finish the show. That'd be probably that bad.
Yeah, so people will experience that, and then they just assume that's how it is for everybody because that's all they can think of is their own experience related to. And then like, hell no, people shouldn't be out there behind a wheel. If they've got this in their system, they should wait at least 72 hours after smoking.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, like obviously it affects you so much differently than it would me. But yeah, it's like I know that. I know it's like I'm different than everybody else, and it just messes with my chemistry a little bit differently, for sure. RC Silverado says it helps with my post-traumatic stress disorder. So there's a lot of things that we can help you out with. Real Goose also says makes it easier with workflow, and 100% not no. 100% not no. I wonder if he refers to you maybe not noticing you not acting differently. Oh, here we go. Seth, thanks for the $10. Seth, guys, VBD, Venus Beach Dub Club Music. Go to him. Check out. He wrote the RVD theme song on here. The one
What up, Seth?
What up, Seth? He says herb makes me watch my mouth. I'm too cavalier when I'm sober, and I talk wild. Interesting. I like that too.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
Definitely has a lot of benefits, and it's crazy how long I have been following the fight to legalize it, especially when for me, like one of the surreal moments that was like, it was painful to know that this is the way our system works. It was when my evil ex was getting the chemotherapy treatments because she had the stage 3 colon cancer. And so we were at the City of Hope, one of the biggest cancer treatment centers. And then while we were there, I was at a dietary meeting where there was someone that was a specialist that came in to talk to patients, answer questions, whatever. And an old lady raised her hand and asked a question, and she said, is there anything that you could recommend that could help me eat and maybe stimulate my appetite? She says, I'm wasting away. I just get sick and I don't feel like eating anything. I'm just so uncomfortable and nauseous and need something, if there's anything you could recommend. And I was thinking she's got to say cannabis. Where in fucking California, it's been legal medically here since 1996, like way ahead of the rest of the country. And there's dispensaries right down the fucking street. Like, what else could she possibly recommend? But cannabis is not something that the big pharma would ever recommend. It's something big pharma's been fighting to keep illegal for fucking, like 90 years. So she's the lady, the specialist said, just keep trying, just really try hard. There's little tricks you can learn, like you can sprinkle like powdered milk and sprinkle that on your food sometimes and get a few extra calories that way, and little things like that. And so I was like, hey, what the fuck? How come you're not? I didn't say what the fuck, but I was like, hey, what about medical marijuana? And she says, okay, great. She said, since you brought it up, now I can talk about it. I'm not allowed to bring it up myself. And then she proceeds to say, a lot of patients have gotten a lot of benefits from medical marijuana. It stimulated their appetite. It helped them feel comfortable when they were feeling nauseous, and overall helped them get some sleep at night. And it has worked really great for them. You might want to try that. She's not allowed to bring that up. That's policy. Let them suffer. Just feed them Big Pharma, because Big Pharma owns us and pays our bills at this hospital establishment. They own us. So just recommend medicine, even Marinol, which was 100% THC when it was federally illegal. But don't tell them the truth, even though it could save the quality of their life. Just let them suffer, because that's just policy. I had a hard time getting over that. And as an advocate, I felt more pressure than ever to really put energy into doing what I could to spread the word and try to make changes.
That would be really frustrating. And I didn't even think about that at first. Like when when you said that you had to suggest it, and then like it's just policy, I was like, I didn't even think about big pharma, but that makes a lot of sense. Like big pharma just not wanting, oh no, that's a more efficient way to do it, but we won't make any money off of that if people do medical marijuana stuff.
One of the main reasons the marijuana has been prohibited, a lot of people that do some research and learn about the history, they'll bring up like one thing or another, one person or something, like a lot of them will say, well, it's the reason that it's prohibited is because it interfered with profit going to William Randolph Hearst, the newspaper guy.
Yeah.
True, but it wasn't just him, and he did sponsor Harry Ass Liquor, the guy that prohibited it. But it wasn't just him. It competed with every big conglomerate. It was like the most, as Jack Harrer said many times, it was the most resourceful plant on the entire planet. You can do everything. You can eat it. You can use it as fuel, which is why Rockefeller also didn't want it legal, because it competed with fuel. The guy, Henry Ford, when he made a car out of hemp, and it ran on hemp seed oil, or that's the oil, and that's like, you could be self-sufficient, and then the government loses big time. They didn't want that. And when it comes to big pharma, it's been said that cannabis could replace up to 80% of pharmaceuticals. So they're a big hater for legalizing cannabis. And that's just another hand of the government. But a lot of really big conglomerate businesses that it would compete against all are why cannabis has been prohibited for so long. But now that it's a Schedule 3 and considered medicinal for the first time, then I would imagine we're going to learn more about it. We're going to study it more, and education will change with that. And I'm sure they're only going to allow it to go so far so fast, but it's definitely a move in the right direction.
Do you think, Rob, that marijuana serves a lot more purposes, positive purposes, that even you're not aware of yet? Like, do you think there's like stuff that's just undiscovered about it that has not really hit your radar?
Absolutely. Jack Harer's book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes, which has been around since, I guess, the 80s. It's like a phone book, and it says in there there's over 5,000 uses for that you can use hemp for, which to him, hemp and cannabis were the exact same thing. Same plant, just, marijuana has THC, and without it, they called it hemp. Same plant, just with or without the psychoactive ingredient. But for him, I had a conversation with him many times. When he was talking about hemp, he was talking about marijuana. So either way, but 5,000 uses. I'm sure I can't name, I can't name 1,000 of them. So absolutely, there's plenty. It's just, I understand how resourceful it is, so nothing will surprise me, and I won't doubt it when they say, yeah, you can wash your hair with it, you can wear it, you can use it as fuel in your lanterns, or to make your car go vroom vroom. You can brush your teeth with it. You can use it as lumber inside your wall. You can use it as the paint, the lacquer, insulation, anything. So nothing will surprise me.
Oh man, how about that? Yeah, no, I think I'll be really fascinated to know like how big of a benefit, like what if it's like been covered up that like it can cure a lot of like stuff that's been around. Like I'm not saying like certain aspects that like certain diseases or certain ailments that people go through. What if it has a benefit like that and it's just been covered up for so long and everything? You know,
Yeah, well, you know, now they've separated. There's like over 100 different cannabinoids, which are different elements of the plant. For instance, THC is a cannabinoid, CBD is a cannabinoid, CBG. There's so many. And so when they really start studying and doing combinations and matching this with this, they're going to find that they could probably get just about any results that they want. It's already been a long time, like I'd say 10 years or more. When I was in California one time, when I was getting a legal doctor's recommendation, because that was the process back then. Before I went recreational, you get a doctor's note that checks you out. And a lot of people think that it's a scam because it's so easy to get the doctor's approval. But really, I just looked at it like that's how vast how wide the spectrum is of benefits that you can get from cannabis. Everything from I got migraine headaches, to I got, stomach problems, whatever,
anxiety.
Your endocannabinoid system, which is what cannabis works off of, is already inside of you and regulates just about everything inside your body, not just your mood and your sleep and your hunger, but even like bone density and shit like that. People don't know that. That was the first time I used CBD. Somebody gave it to me because I had broke my ankle or my foot. It was either the time with Phil Baroni when I broke my foot, or else it would have been with Rhino, which would have been quite a long time ago. So I'm not sure which. More likely 2016. But back then it was like the CBD was like a thick black oil. Wasn't really refined yet, but Charlotte's Web was one of the main ones. It was getting a lot of media because Sanjay Gupta did a special where he was saying, hey, there's actual benefits from this CBD. And they had this girl, I think they named Charlotte's Web after her, but they had this little girl that would have these seizures, and then they'd give her the CBD and she would stop having seizures. And she wasn't getting high because CBD doesn't have that effect. But there was still all kinds of haters saying, I can't believe we're allowing cannabis to be given to this minor. And it's helping her, and there's no reason not to. It's just a natural medicine from that point, Right. But that was the first time that I took it. Someone gave me Charlotte's Web. Medic Mike was one of them. They got these Charlotte's Web to send me some CBD oil in hopes that my foot or ankle would heal better or quicker, because there was a test that they had done with mice where they broke their little femurs and then gave them CBD oil, gave a control group nothing, and compared them. And the ones with the CBD had not only healed faster, but had thicker, stronger bones, allegedly, reportedly, than original. And that's some shit that people don't even know about. But there's two endocannabinoid systems. One's in your head, one's in your body. And when you take cannabis of any form, the receptors in that endocannabinoid system go to work, and they catch the cannabinoids that you're putting in your body, and then your body reacts in a way that it does naturally anyway, from its own system.
Oh, wow. Geez.
Yeah.
See, that's wild thinking. That's like CBD, but yeah, so many different uses for it all, and that's pretty nifty. And hey, let's not forget too, you got Damn Good CBD that's going on right now. You can go to damngoodcbd.com and check out some pre-orders that you can get, and you get some special content and stuff with that. You can do bundles, and Rob's got plenty of good options on there that you can check it out too. So
I'm getting product tomorrow so we can show it next time.
Hell yeah.
The episode. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, check it out. Go to Damn Good CBD. That's Rob Van Dam, goodcbd.com. So check it out and get your pre-orders in. Let's see.
And then we're rolling. And then as far as the other stuff goes, RVD 420, that website will have all the information on where you can pick up that product. Where you live, what towns, and then even like what stores have it, and it's going to be it's a locating software or some shit, but that'll be cool if it's not already up. Right now in June and July, we're rolling out and starting with 7 or 8 states.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nevada, California, Arizona, Alabama, strangely.
Wow, really? Pennsylvania?
Mississippi.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, here comes Katie. She doesn't have a baby with her.
But yeah, guys, you can bookmark RVD420.com and damngoodcbd.com too. That's above me, and RVD420 is above Rob, right?
Hang out without the baby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Katie, what's up?
Great.
Really?
Yeah, this was very, very cool. And the couch.
Doesn't it look neat?
Thank you.
Wow.
I like moving shit around, keeping it fresh.
Hey, y'all.
Katie, how's it going?
Good. Wow,
Good to
this
see
is
you.
so cool. Rob is an interior designer.
He's got good feng shui. He's got good feng shui about him.
Yeah. He's got an eye for it.
He does. He does. Let's take some super chats here. Mackenzie.
This weed is good.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right.
Yes.
Mackenzie, thanks for chiming in. Mackenzie 1266. Thanks for the $5. You're in the raffle there coming up here, Mackenzie. She says, I saw you liked my upload of your current self on WWE2K26. I posted on Twitter. I appreciate it. Also, the Ramones thing reminded me of a Simpsons bit when we were going over there trying to figure out who the Ramones were.
Ramones remind him of what?
A Simpsons bit, like on the Simpsons cartoon.
Oh.
Because we were trying to figure out which Ramone was still alive and which wasn't.
Yeah, I thought that was a Ramone that was with us.
He was. They said he was one of the Ramones.
Oh, did we already confirm that?
Yeah. So it was Richie Ramone. We figured out it was Richie Ramone. He wasn't
there was no Ramone advertised there.
Yeah, but there was.
You got to advertise Richie Ramone.
Richie Ramone. Richie Ramone, everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got to do that, right? The Real Goose, thanks for the $2, asked Rob, would you consider Matt Riddle a good RVD ripoff?
A good RVD ripoff?
Yeah.
I would consider him a good inspiration from RVD. A lot of similarities, but definitely a lot of differences as well. So it's like like you had superstar Billy Graham, and he's jacked, and he's wearing the feathers and all this, and then you got Hogan, and then you got Jesse the Body, and they both, you could say, ripped him off, but in different ways, kind of, because they didn't try to be exactly him, but they definitely used his inspiration to make what they were, and maybe or maybe not. That's a good analogy or comparison, but I think definitely he's far from a clone of RVD. Definitely, he's definitely his own person with his own values, but also there's an awful lot that we can meet on common ground with.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
Sure.
I like Matt Riddle a lot. I think, yeah, obviously there's some similarities, but if you two look at your wrestling styles, his wrestling style is a little bit different, but you guys still keep the legitimacy to it, I think. And I think that's
could there be a Matt Riddle without an RVD first? Who knows? We'll never know. But I see how, how that led to, I mean, I was one of the only representatives of martial arts on the cards, so you got to give me credit for being, an inspiration to anyone that comes in after that with the martial arts and shit like that,
Yeah, absolutely. Did you ever cross paths with Steve Blackman, by the way?
Never professionally. Like I met him once, I think, at a convention or something.
Yeah, because he was always fascinating too, I thought, and like I didn't know this about him, but like he rode with like Gary Albright and stuff like that in Japan, and then he got like so they were down in Africa, and he got like super sick. He got like dysentery and stuff like that, and was sick for like 5 years. And this is before.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and like he was like bedridden for like 2 years, and he lost all this weight. And then he got back into wrestling after the fact, but like he had like obviously has the martial arts background and stuff like that. But he was kind of like he got a delayed start into wrestling a little bit. It was really because he trained in Calgary with Owen Hart and all that stuff, and pretty wild stuff that I just learned about him. And so
Up and Blue Chew just dropped something crazy. I'm talking next level championship belt, gold-plated energy, one of a kind, if you will. Blue Chew Gold is the newest innovation from the #1 chewable ED brand. This ain't your grandpa's little blue pill. No. This is the 4-in-1 beast that's setting the gold standard for performance. We're talking 2 ingredients for blood flow to keep that rocket pumping, mixed with apomorphine and oxytocin to turn up the arousal and connection in your brain and body. Blue Chew Gold dissolves under your tongue and works just as little in 15 minutes. That means you can get it on quicker and stay in the game longer. Elevation without hesitation. This is peak passion and peak performance in a single tablet. And we at RVD got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code RVD. That's promo code RVD. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And hey, we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
I've always liked him because you can just tell how legit he is,
Yeah.
And then he was kind of like an action movie star come to the screen or to the ring, like when Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme and even Chuck Norris was kind of in that, but then there was other guys like Mark Dacascos and Jeff Speakman. Jeff Speakman is the guy that, for some reason in my mind, I've always linked Steve Blackman with that Jeff Speakman, The Perfect Weapon. If people remember that movie.
Oh no, I should check.
Another legit guy. He was going to be the next action star because that's what was cool back then. Was a big competition. Arnold was part of it too, but a lot of them were fighters. Tony Jaa.
Oh yeah, Tony Jaa. Yeah, I know him.
All those guys were like going up against each other, like within the same like few years of action movie wars. And that shit was really cool. And I always thought that Steve Blackman came right out of the fucking The Perfect Weapon.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm looking at.
Maybe he called himself The Perfect Weapon.
He was the Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon. But yeah, I'm looking at Jeff Speakman right now, and yeah, I can definitely see the similarities. in that.
He's got a dojo right up the street. We've driven
Whoa.
by it a couple
yeah.
times, and I thought about stopping in there just to see if he's in there.
That'd be neat.
Compares Rob to Matt Riddle, but when it comes to like Rob's personality and vibe, the person I think that he has the most similar personality with is a PJ Black, Justin Gabriel.
Oh, okay.
Rob really vibe on the same frequency.
No way. Yeah, because I've never met PJ, and I don't think I've ever really watched an interview with him, so I don't know how he acts outside of the ring. So that's
We should have him on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, hanging out with him, I feel like he's the most like Rob out of any of the wrestlers when it comes to the personality.
Yeah. And he was super athletic too. He was always really good in the ring too. I liked him a lot.
Sometimes when people are like super mellow around me, I don't know if they're being themselves or if they're coming to meet me at my level.
Yeah.
Like, not to say that they're insincere, but sometimes people do that. You know, like if they wanna talk with you and have something in common with you or whatever, then they'll become something a little different than what their natural self is.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to think who I would I'm trying to think of another wrestler to really compare you to from a personality standpoint. I really can't because you're one of a kind.
Yeah.
One of a kind.
Like that. But Justin Gabriel, PJ Black, he's a good one. It'd be cool to have him on the show for sure.
Yeah, whenever I'm around him, he seems like vibed.
Good positive energy.
Yeah. Seems zenful.
Maddie, what are you saying here? Let me see here. With a bong hit with RVD card. Oh, did you get your card, Maddie? Did you get it in the mail? Let me know. Is Hogan versus Rock Wrestling 101? Hogan versus Rock at WrestleMania 18. Is that Pro Wrestling 101, Rob?
I don't remember the match. I remember enjoying it very much, and I think for like 18 years now, I've been saying someday I'm going to rewatch that match.
Yeah.
But I don't remember how it went, but it just seemed like they had the audience on puppet strings.
Right. Yes.
And it seemed like they were getting the crowd was reacting like 100%, like right on the money, and bought every little thing, and every little thing seems so much more important. And that's great for the general consensus of trying to tell, especially the young guys, that sometimes less is more, and sometimes more is just a waste, and especially when it doesn't mean anything, when sometimes you can do so little and make every little fucking thing mean so much. And from what I remember, it seems like the match was very much like that, but I definitely want to rewatch it.
Yeah, I would say I'd say it might.
Hogan. We should watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, you never saw it either, Katie?
I have it.
Wow, you guys should watch it. Should watch it. Because even if I think it's not maybe Wrestling 101, but it's like wrestling at its peak, because it's like they did so. I don't want to say they did little, but they did enough to get the crowd into it, and they're two big stars, and at the same time too, the fans want to cheer for Hogan even though he's a bad guy. The Rock is understanding the atmosphere of it all, but it's just like it's the ultimate kind of moment. And I think so it's wrestling at its peak. I don't know. I mean, I think people could watch it and learn from it because in that way it's Wrestling 101.
But,
for sure.
But I don't think that they did little. I don't want
I don't want to mean it like that, because
like when you're working, it's like so much easier to do like what we call Shakespeare than taking bumps. And like if you compare Go to lock up, fucking boom, go behind, do reversal on me, elbow, snap me, you over, fucking leg sweep me, fucking drop an elbow, roll out of the way, fucking spin, boom, boom, flip on you. Or we look at each other and I just turn to the side and look at the crowd.
Yeah.
And that gets a bigger pop than the first one, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's when I say, you know, less is more, and where, from what I remember, they had the fans just eating out of their hands.
That's what I was thinking. Both of those characters are the type to get the fans involved in that way.
Absolutely. And Hogan was a master at all that. Like,
right.
Just drawing people in with expressions and movements and stuff like that, and making the crowd live vicariously through him. He was the best at it. So, yeah, great stuff. Yeah, you guys should definitely watch it, though.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Loyal Rock friend all the way from the UK. He says, thanks for the $5. You're also in the raffle, Loyal Rock fan, for this week. What was your favorite ECW TV title match? I'd say Bam Bam. That crowd dive was sick. Much love from England.
Yeah. You can leave that open if you want. I was just hot. I mean, I like starting sentences with I mean. I used to laugh at people doing that, but it keeps coming out naturally now. I think that there was many. I loved my matches with Jerry Lynn. Loved wrestling Sabu. But Bammer set the standards, and I wrestled him the night that I won the television championship, and then in Buffalo, New York, at the Burt Flickinger Center, and that was a very big step in my career. That one match, and yeah, it set the standards like moving forward. So it's hard to top that one. I'm probably going to say, if I had to pick one, probably the very first one that I won the belt with. But I always thought that if I could work my ass off every night and have the best matches possible defending the TV championship, then I would add a lot of value to the company, because the TV championship could be as much or more of a draw than the heavyweight championship if the fans are looking more forward to seeing that belt getting defended on any given night. And so that was really my inspiration and my pull that pulled me forward. And like, I loved it when the fans would be cheering my name throughout the show, or like at the beginning of every match, hoping the next match was going to be mine. They'd be chanting RVD until I come out. And then there's a lot of pressure then. You know, I don't want to, after all that, I don't want to have a shitty match and have them be like, you know, it was all right. Like, fuck no. I'm saying, hey, I'm literally selling the towns by doing promos saying, buy a ticket to come out and see me. You know you're going to get your money's worth. Mr. PPV. You know, and then I really wanted to back that shit up. So I wanted them to, it meant a lot that they would be like, dude, man, I had the best time ever. That was great. Because sometimes I just didn't, I wanted to take that load on my own back and not leave it up to the rest of the show, which, you know, that's a big.
You want to take that load on your back? Yeah,
I wanted to get a load in my face and on my back.
I didn't want to say anything.
That one slide, baby. Looking back, you know, everybody obviously, of course, does their part on any show, you know, and in WWE, I was on the other side of that. Like, I would be mid-card watching the main eventers take credit for giving everyone their money's worth. And I thought, what an ego. Like, they're in there drinking beer, fucking everyone's on the bus waiting to go, and they're in there giving each other hand jobs. So we sold out, and we fucking had them rocking, man. I knew we had them. I knew we had them at the beginning, as soon as blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, dude, we all fucking had a good match. But back before I was in that position, when I was the main event, you know, then I felt like it was up to me to give everybody their money's worth, which, you know, looking back, of course it was everybody, but being the whole effing show, fucking wanting everybody to be screaming and to go home happy, that was something that I felt like I was accomplishing regularly, no matter who. When I had that thing for 2 years with Rhino, with fucking I don't know. Now I'm starting to. I keep going to test. That was not until later, and that was a different belt. Who did I wrestle for that fucking thing? I don't know.
Well,
I know I had like Crawford or Furnace, Vito. You know, fucking Vito brand. Yeah, one man gang. Fucking Bam Bam, Little Guido, Spike Dudley. Bubba Dudley, Devon Dudley. I enjoyed all the matches, and definitely I'm going to say Bam Bam's my favorite, and the one that I really think about when I think about the television championship. Automatically link that to Bam Bam Bigelow.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
What when you would go out for matches and stuff like that, how often would you balance between like, oh, I got this is going to be great, I'm RVD and I can do all this shit and I've done it week in, week out, you know, and all that stuff, versus like kind of getting in your own head about it, being like, am I going to be able to perform, or nerves and everything like that? Or is that kind of like a little bit of both going through?
I think the longer I wrestled, like the more I became like, okay, I'll just throw it together out there. You know what I mean? Like I always had a lot of pressure to perform, but definitely in like later years, if in my mind, if I started thinking, you know, like shit, you know, what if, man, I got to be there on time, or what if man, that's a high risk move, you know, what if I can't jump all the way to the top, or whatever. If I started thinking about that, then I always just think, you know, like I always get it, so fuck yeah, I'll get it. And then if I'm wrestling someone that's nervous or whatever, because I didn't want to get with them until like 5 minutes before the match, because I was avoiding them, then I always feel like, you know what? Like I never have a bad match. What are the odds that this match is going to be bad? You know, it's going to be a bad match. Do you want me to put this out, babies?
Oh, no, I'm just going to go check on the kids.
Okay.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know what Matty's referring to here, but he says...
What's he referring to?
Let's see. For the Australian $2, he says, thoughts on Rico... Looks gangsta, like he meant just thoughts in general on Rico. Okay, so we talked about Rico before on here. He had some great kicks.
What about Kiss?
Oh, Rico, the wrestler Rico. He had some great kicks.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. Look how tiny I look compared to you.
I know, right? So far away. I should try to back up.
Oh no, that doesn't help. I gotta go this way. There we go. I thought you were talking about the racketeer influence corrupt organization.
Yeah, nope. Rico the wrestler.
Whoa. Yeah, Rockin' Rico, good guy, and he's a local in Las Vegas, and I've been seeing him out a little more, so that's cool because he disappeared for a while. And then he did some AEW. I see him at some cons. Always a good guy. And he was a police officer before he wrestled. I think maybe he may or may not have gone back to it at one point, but stays around the security industry and employment, and that's kind of like one of his specialties. So I ask him for advice sometimes, when I have something that I think he could help me with. There's been a few times where I call him and say, dude, got this stalker or boom, 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 whatever. What should I do? He's someone that's knowledgeable and good guy to know for a lot of reasons, and that's one of them.
Yeah. Rico seems like a good dude. I know I mentioned this before too. He was on American Gladiators back in the day too, as a contestant.
That's right, as a contestant.
Mm-hmm. I want to say Ernest the Cat Miller was on there too, but I could be wrong on that one. I could be wrong.
Well, go ahead and say it. Fuck it.
Fuck it. I'm saying it. He was on American Gladiators. Ernest the Cat Miller was everybody. Let's see. Oh, Maddie, member for 11 months. Thank you, Maddie, so much. Who would RVD pass the torch to if he had a Rock versus Hogan, icon versus icon? RVD has definitely influenced the business. RVD gets huge pops. WWE needs RVD. Yeah, who would you want to pass the torch to, Rob? Who do you think you'd carry on kind of, not your legacy, but be the next kind of big hot trend going, I guess? Trying to think of some names.
That's a tough one.
That is tough.
Soruka.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's really good. I like her a lot. I like how she dresses and stuff too. And she's got like that classic beauty kind of look to her, like from like the 80s and stuff like that. I like her a lot.
A lot going for her. She really does.
She really does. That's a good one, Rob. To follow up on what you asked earlier, Rob, Juan Viles, sorry if I butchered your name, can't tell when you're high, always laid back. So can't tell when you're high, Rob.
Yeah, you can't tell when you're stoned if you just stay stoned.
That's it, right? Like that. All the time.
It's a t-shirt or something.
Yeah, can't stone. I like it. Let me make sure. Oh, here we go. Anthony Cruz, thank you for the $5. You are in the raffle. If you guys all want to join the raffle, all you have to do, go to rvdtv.com. $5 or more will get you in the raffle. 10 will get you 2. 20 will get you 4. So there we go. Anthony, you're in it for 1. RVD, do you collect anything, or have you ever collected anything before? I know.
Yeah, I've actually been a collector my whole life. Now it's mostly just RVD, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I collect? I'm going to collect Sabu as well, like action figures and stuff, and Katie stuff if there's any merchandise, but that's family. So, I fucking, as long as I can remember, like there was these, there used to be these dumb little statues that were like, they were almost like a cartoon, and they had like a little expression on the bottom of it. I mean, it could just be like, world's greatest mother or whatever, but also could be like, I don't know. One of them was a couple kissing, little kids, and it said, one of us is going to have to say it. I love you. Anyway, there's velvet on the bottoms of them, and it's almost like a paperweight. And I remember, like, I used to collect those and get them when my mom would go to garage sales. And I would look for those, and then eventually comic books. And I collected comic books for a long time. I don't know when I stopped actually. Like I don't think I was still getting when I got divorced. I definitely like stopped. I got rid of my comics and shit and didn't bring them forward. But I don't think I was still collecting at that time. But sometime in my adulthood, I was. When also when I was a kid, I collected Greek mythology books.
Nice.
So, yeah.
You stole Greek mythology.
Well,
books.
but I had a good collection, but I stole
I
it from
collected them.
the Penfield High School library. I would, me and Dango both, we would go in there every day with a folder and we would walk out with another book. And we wiped out the entire selection on Greek mythology and had 2 rows to fill up on a bookcase now. Or not now. I did. I don't know how many he had, but I know that because I returned them like recently, like within the last few years. And when Katie and I went to my school like a couple of years ago, they showed the collection that I sent back. I thought they would like reinsert that into their library.
Yeah.
And instead, they made like an exhibition out of it. And it's like, these are the books that RVD stole. And it's
That's great.
yeah. And there's like a bookcase sitting there, 2 full shelves full of Greek mythology books.
That's awesome. Oh, I like that they just turned it into a display.
Yeah. Something else, Mafia books. I have now quite a big selection of Mafia books. And for the last at least, I don't know, 4 years or so, maybe more, at least, I've been just reading on Kindle. But before that, I would buy the hardcover book, the hard copy. And so I have a couple of rows full of mob books, on bookshelves right now. So I've always kind of had a collector's mentality.
Yeah.
I would probably do something else too if I thought about it long enough.
Those are good ones to definitely have. I dabbled in comic books for a while, but I haven't collected them in probably a few years now. But yeah, no, those are great ones. And yeah, I like you got a great RVD figure collection. And yeah, it's neat that you're growing the Sabu stuff too. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I used to collect Star Wars action figures way back in the day.
Yeah.
Is it still collected? You buy them all because you want to play with them? I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people do that.
I did.
Yeah, some people do that. Did you see
imagination and make up scenarios with your toys?
Yeah.
It's cute.
It's still real to me, damn
it. Did you see what's your thoughts on the He-Man movie that's out?
I haven't seen is it out?
It's out, yeah, Masters of the Universe.
No, I haven't seen any trailers.
Yeah. I'm hearing the fans like it and the critics have trashed it. So the people that go and see it, they like it, but the movie critics that kind of gave it a bad rap a little bit.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, fuck the critics.
Yep, that's it.
We made this movie for the fans.
The fans, that's right.
For the kids, man.
Ash Vega, you were in the raffle for 1. Thank you for the question. A dream match for me is a 99 RVD and a 99 HBK. How do you think that match would have went? You in 1999 versus an HBK in 1999.
It'd be a 9.9.
9.9. I like that.
99.
Yep. I like that. Yeah, it'd be obviously a great match.
99% out of 100.
Out of 100.
What that means, kids should know.
There we go. Maddie says, pot smokers get all the heat. F the basic thinker.
I'll put it down.
Thank you, Maddie.
She's smoking like the Human Torch.
That's it. Katie, we got a question. Seth has a question for you.
I read the question and I don't have an answer because I haven't been able to watch anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
anything that's going on in wrestling. My whole world is just taking care of kids.
That's very rewarding, though.
It is rewarding, yeah.
Kendall Gray, I haven't checked her out. Seth mentions Kendall Gray has really impressed me on NXT, undefeated amateur too. That's interesting. I'll have to keep my tab.
Sounds like an adult film actress name.
Kendall Gray.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know. I was keeping up really before having the babies, but now having the babies, I don't even have time to watch TV. I don't even have time to scroll Instagram. Like, wow. I just take care of kids all day, and then as soon as they go to bed, I go to bed so I can do it all over again the next day.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
No time.
What about me? What about Rob?
I'm just raising kids right now, but I'll be back in the loop when they have more independence. Right now, they need me every second.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to, like, especially twins, nonetheless, too. At the same time.
If I'm not helping one, I'm helping the
That's
other.
right.
Doing wife things.
That's it. Balancing life out. And there's Lovey too. Look at that.
There's Lovey.
Lovey is indeed.
I know. Even Lovey's like, Mom, I need more attention.
Where's my love?
Feeding kids, like holding 2 bottles at a time, helping them, and then Lovey will be like scratching me, like, "What about me, Mom?" And she waits until like I'm at my busiest moment to ask for attention. She does.
I bet she knows. She knows too. She's busy. I'm gonna bug her though. Either way. Nelson Kelso. Thanks for the $5. You were in the raffle for 1. Huge fan. First time in live chat. Cool. Just paid an artist to make me in a suit doing your pose. As you can see, big fan of your whole team and the dogs too. Oh yeah, the graphic down there. That's cool. You're doing the RVD thumbs in there.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thanks, Nelson. You were in the raffle.
Thumbnail?
Yeah.
Yeah, his thumbnail. Take a look right there. Doing the thumbs in there.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, nice job, Nelson. I like it. Michael Montford, thanks for the $2. Just wanted to invite Big Bud Smokers Club. Okay.
Big Bud Smokers Club.
Big Bud Smokers Club.
Big Bud or Bud?
Bud. B-U-D.
B-U-D. Well, that's cool too, but I like Big Butt Smokers Club.
Big Butt Smokers. Yeah, I would like that one too, I think. I'd maybe smoke for Big Butt Smokers.
Big Butt.
Big Butt. Ace Ramon, thanks, Ace, for the $2. What's your thoughts on Vampiro?
Hey, is that the Ramon that was at the Lilac Convention?
He is not, no, but maybe he's a distant Ramon.
Oh, okay.
Distant Ramon.
What are my thoughts on Vampiro? He's a brother. He's been around a long time. So he's one of those guys, few guys left that are still working that have a lot of experience.
Very knowledgeable too. Like I got to interview him a couple months ago before the JCW show actually, and I was really impressed with how he viewed wrestling, and like he alliterated it to the movie Jaws, and I was like, wow, that's a really fascinating way to kind of put it. And so yeah, I was really impressed with how. And obviously, I knew him since.
What did he do to the movie Jaws?
So he said, I'm trying to think. He said the role of a heel is almost like Jaws the shark in the movie Jaws, you know, where it's just like, and how you kind of pace it out to build that menace and, you know, the scariness of a heel almost, I think is what he was getting at. And I was like, that's really a fascinating way.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Gem the Dawn, you're a member for 4 months. I got to put you guys extra in the raffles for being members here. Shout out to Katie and Rob. Can't wait to try.
Gem the Dawn.
Hey.
Yeah. Can't wait to try some RVD 420 buds. Have you ever done meditation? It has helped me a lot lately. RVD fam forever. So yeah, you've done meditation, right, Rob?
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. That was a big part of my training when I was kickboxing and training under one specific guy that would have training as I mean, meditating is a huge part of what we were doing, and I kept it afterwards as, you know, one of my repertoire, something that was just like my stretch, and it was something that I would do sometimes, even like when I was in WWE. Sometimes I'd go out by myself and stretch and stuff, and sometimes I would meditate, like if I was having a stressful day or something. But the way, and also like it sharpens up the reflexes like so quick, because it builds, at least for me, because it builds a connection between your brain and your body from different angles, from inside. And
cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
When I would meditate a lot, it seemed like there'd be plenty of occurrences where like you go knock something off the counter, but boom, but just catch it, like shit like that.
You need to do it more often then.
So, yeah. Sometimes that makes the mess worse if you go to grab it. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta let it go. But yeah, that guy was James Williams in Battle Creek, and when I did the Tough Man contest, which Katie's looking at my Tough Man trophy right now. Here, bring me that trophy, baby, for this story. Right
Which
above
one?
you, above you, that one.
Rob, real quick, is that the Tough Man contest that Butterbean was doing too? Is that
No.
Okay.
But it might have possibly started as that, though, maybe.
Okay.
Because like you do, I guess I'm not really sure, but yeah, maybe. But there was Tough Man contest, and there's another one called Tough Guy contest, which was like the same thing, but one was a ripoff for the other. It might have been, because you go through like the locals, and then if you win, then you go up a bracket, and then they have like state championships, and then like championship for like the whole country. And I think maybe you're right. Maybe Butterbean went through one of the locals, and then went up and became the states. I'm really not sure, but I want to look that up now that you asked me. But anyway, here's a visual prop. 1990 Kalamazoo Tough Man contest.
1990.
Yay.
1990. Dang, I was 5.
I was not born yet.
Right.
You weren't born yet?
I
Wow.
was born the last day of 1990.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You're born New Year's Eve.
When I was fighting in the ring, giving my mom hives against these adults and big dudes and stuff, and I was just turned 19, just last month.
Wow.
You were in your mommy's belly.
Yeah.
How about that?
Anyway, there was a camera guy that filmed it. So during the show, he's handing his business cards around. You know, if you want a VHS tape of the fights, I sell them or whatever. And then I wanted a copy of the fights, so I got his card. And then he pitched to me that his brother was the referee, and he was a trainer himself. And we started talking, and then the guy became somebody that we trained with, and he was the most unorthodox. Like, all of his stuff that he did was like super weird, but a lot of it was cool. And meditating was a big part of it. And he would like
Is that Kit?
no, that's James Williams. It's either Williams or Williams' son. I think Williams. James Williamson. James Williamson.
Williamson.
Might have been Williamson. This was after Kid. Yeah, this was after Kid. But we would do things that were pretty cool, make us pay attention to things that stand out more. And we would go like to like a park. Didn't have to be, it could be the backyard, but and he would blindfold us, or he would just have us close our eyes and sit for like a minute or something, and then he would have us turn around, open our eyesight so that we could see everything, and just for like maybe like, I don't know, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and then close our eyes and turn back around and then describe like everything that we could possibly describe just from that view. And you start out with everything you could see, especially if there's like neon or something moving, like a car going by. Then you go to sound, you know, and you say, I heard some birds chirping, heard some cars, heard some people talking. And he'd be like, in what direction were the people from? So, you know, you gotta think, oh, I think that way is similar.
Yeah, that way.
Yeah.
That's good in case you get kidnapped.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It also really helped you with fighting too, because you use your peripherals and not, you know, want to look and show where you're going to be attacking and give away your game too much and shit like that. But right, I mean, one time, yeah, we showed up at his door. He opened up the door, blindfolded us.
Oh my God.
Yeah, had us come in, walk downstairs, and we'd never been down there before.
That's creepy.
In the dark, and then he wanted us to describe, as if we were kidnapped, describe what just happened to us, and he was looking for us to count the steps, feel along the wall on the way back, like every detail that you could possibly give, you know, if you were going to tell somebody. And doing a lot of that really did kind of put you on your toes, so to speak.
I bet. Wow. Jeez. Yeah. Did you feel that helped you a lot, like when you started wrestling too? Like,
maybe, because I'm from the perspective of, I use my peripheral a lot. You know, if someone shoots me in the corner, I'm not going to do like I see a lot of guys do and just stand there and make eye contact with them and look like, okay, I'm here, I made it, I'm ready, come on. You know what I mean? So like, I'm mostly going to be like looking at the crowd, and then if he comes running in, if I grab the rope and just pull myself out of the way at the last second, guess what? That wasn't expected. It looked like he was going to hit me. You know, he might have thought he was going to hit me because I didn't even fucking look at him. And I think I would not be as comfortable in those kind of scenarios using my peripheral if it wasn't through getting trained that way. You know, And the reason that I mentioned that was because he taught us ways to meditate where you try to without using your eyes, you try to still point out everything that you can, and you do it externally, you do it internally, go back outside when you run out of shit, go back inside. And what that does, if you say, you know, I feel the breeze on my left side of my, and when you're meditating, you don't have to say it if you're by yourself, but acknowledge it. You know, I feel the breeze coming from my left side. The sun's hitting me from here because I feel it on my forehead, you know, and you go to feel and you go to smell if you do smell anything, and definitely sound, and you go inside, you know, to where you're feeling the cement from your ass because you're sitting on the ground and you're feeling the jeans where they end on your fucking legs, or all that shit, all that. What it does is it exhausts your speeding brain and allows it to relax, just like we're saying cannabis does. But it does, and it gets you into this tranquil spot where you can eventually quit fucking thinking about all that, quit thinking about the song that won't get out of your head, and actually think about nothing. It's like the best way I can describe it is it's like floating and falling at the same time, and there's just you're on coast, and that's where you want to be, and it takes sometimes a lot longer than other times to get there.
When you say externally versus internally, when externally, when you do like the visual stuff, do you like look out with your eyes but just don't kind of like you just focus momentarily on stuff, or do you mean externally what you're feeling externally from the outside factors coming into play? Like, I'm just trying to get a gauge for like what's a good way to kind of meditate from a visual perspective, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, so at this point you close your eyes, and when you get to where you feel like you've named everything you can hear. I mean, I hear a fucking dog barking, you know, sounds like 3 blocks away that way. Like your senses will actually be reaching to make those connections, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's a way of growing, and to where you feel like with your eyes closed, ain't nobody could walk up on me. I'd hear them because I'm so in touch with everything that's around me, because I've pictured it, not looked at it, you know what I mean? Not since you close your eyes. And the reason that you do that is because you kind of disconnect from your body. You can't do that if you open your eyes. But if your eyes are closed and you name everything, exhaust your speeding brain, you get to the point where you're almost floating or whatever. It's almost like you imagine like looking down at your body and what's around you, but you feel like your body is just your vessel, and like you've actually separated. And that's like goals. Like that's what you want to achieve. And it's not easy, but this is the exact way to do it. It's just everything I'm telling you. You can't say, okay, I got 10 minutes, I'm going to make this happen, because it might take a lot longer than that. But as soon as you open up your eyes, it's like you got to start all over again, because you actually, like, I've been like, I remember doing it one time, and people were looking at me because I was outside of an arena, and I reached that point where I just was feeling like nothing, and it was awesome. And I went to get up, and I felt like I fucking leaned and stood up, but I actually didn't do anything. I didn't go anywhere, and I was still in the same position. And that was like one of the weirder experiences that I had, but it was that's how unconnected, you know, to physically reacting to what I was thinking I was.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome.
I'm gonna head out. I'm tired.
Okay. Cool, Katie. Thanks for joining.
Bam.
Good to see you. Say hi to the babies for me.
Love you. I will.
All right. Take care.
Beautiful, Katie Forbes.
Yeah, a beautiful Katie Forbes, everybody. Yeah.
You staying here, Levy?
All right.
Here's Barbie, by the way.
Oh, Barbie's in the house. Barbie is in the house, everybody. All right, we got a few more super chats here. Then we'll close some things out. Maddie adds to the Soul Ruka talk, says, dude, the Soul Snatcher is like the split-legged moonsault. I love the Soul Snatcher move. That's
cool. The Soul Snatcher, is that what it's called?
Yep, that's what it's called.
Yeah. Good. And it's like such a cool move. It's not like everyone's going to be stealing that. You know, that takes some fucking skills.
Yeah. We have an independent wrestler in IWC. He does the Soul Snatcher too, and he does a pretty good job at it, I'd have to say. But not everybody can do it.
A lot of people can, but it doesn't seem like something that everybody that goes to a wrestling school is going to be able to do.
Oh, no way, right? No way.
Seems like it, and there's not much left anymore that's not in everybody's realm.
Oh, that's the funny thing. I remember saying that when I saw the Van Terminator for the first time, it blew my mind, because it was like, I don't know how anybody could have done that move, and RVD did it. And like, when I saw the Soul Snatcher for the first time, I was like, it kind of did the same thing. I was like, how is somebody able to do that thing? That's crazy.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
and nobody thought of it, or nobody imagined, you know, I never thought I couldn't do it. So that's,
yeah. Yeah, pretty nifty. Jim the Don, he's got a question for you, movie related. Recommendation for a good movie to watch with a joint.
Well, that's pretty vague, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of... Get Shorty.
There we go. I like that movie.
I love Get Shorty.
That's an Elmore Leonard novel, too.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I love Elmore Leonard.
And then the sequel was Be Cool. Did you see that?
Be Cool. No, I didn't see that. I know The Rock's in that one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get Shorty was... it was really inspiring, and it was kind of like a big part of my life. I saw it first on the bus in Japan. Gary Albright actually brought it. And on the bus, there was a TV with a VHS player, and a lot of times that's what we did when we're heading down the road, you know. Sometimes if somebody that was over enough wanted to sleep, then it wouldn't be playing. Otherwise, we'd be like watching movies. And that's where I first saw Get Shorty. And I was a mark for LA and for Hollywood, just like the character Get Shorty is. So I could really relate to it. And he'd either just moved to LA before seeing it or shortly afterwards. Maybe it was shortly afterwards because when I was first there, seeing the town for the first time with my own eyes and visiting these places, everything reminded me of Get Shorty. And I found a couple of the real places, of course, too, like the restaurant, the Ivy, it was called, where they do a scene. And I was like, wow, look at that. It was like really like upper echelon of people that were there. And it was the trendy go-to if you want to be seen kind of place. And I had an office in Hollywood, right on Hollywood Boulevard for a long time, mostly just because I was a mark for Hollywood. And I thought that was awesome, having an office where I could look out my window and look right at the boulevard. And almost kitty corner, but it was like half a block down, was the office that they used in Get Shorty. And it was the actual office where the movie maker that Gene Hackman plays has this office, and John Travolta goes and meets him, and the limo driver and all this stuff happens in this office. And it was like right there, like in my walking neighborhood, and I used to just mark out over that, you know. And at one point, it was actually for lease, and I thought, wow, maybe I should move just down a block and actually have the one that what was his name, Leo?
Let me see. Get Short. I'm trying to think. Now, I knew it was an Elmore Leonard book. To be honest now, Rob, I never saw the movie.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's what was Gene Hackman's character called in Get Shorty?
I'm trying to. Let's see if I can raise her.
Played Harry Zim.
Harry Zim.
Oh, okay. There we go.
That's right.
Dude, what a heck of a cast in this. They got Travolta, Danny DeVito, James Gandolfini, Dennis Farina, Gene Hackman. That's crazy. I gotta watch this movie. Holy crap. Harvey Keitel, he's in it too. Dang.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, what a cast. All right.
I've seen that movie so many times, and I could relate so much because, like, John, I don't want to spoil it, but John Travolta he's like a mob guy.
Yeah.
And he comes from Miami to collect some money, but he's such a mark for Hollywood that he wants to stay, you know, and he's like elbowing his way in to the movie business and finding out, you know, how to make connections and shit like that. But like James Gandolfini is a bodyguard, and there's this one scene happens at the Ivy where at the top of the stairs is the antagonist, the bad guy, and he's talking to John Travolta downstairs, and he's saying to him, you know, I think you need to pack up and get out of town, you know, and then he's got James Gandolfini as the bodyguard, and the bad guy says something about, let me, you know, introduce you to my man, whatever James Gandolfini's name is, bodyguard, movie stuntman extraordinaire. And John Travolta goes, really? And he walks up the steps, like really, really cool, all the way up to the steps. And he's talking to James Gandolfini. And he says something like, you're a stuntman, huh? And he says, what? And whatever the line is, Travolta grabs him by the nuts and fucking boom, and he throws him down the stairs. Boom, 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 boom. And he's down at the bottom. Oh, and he's all hurt from the bumps. And Travolta just looks really cool up at the bad guy and says something about, I think you should get your ass out of town or something, whatever it is. Just like really calm and cool and shit. And then the bad guys leave and shit, and the girl comes over to John Travolta, and she's like, oh my God, whatever. And Travolta's like, that guy was a stuntman. And he's like marking out the guy that he just like threw down the stairs. That's great. She's like, I know, he was in Scream 4 or whatever, some movie that she did. She's like a scream queen. And everything is just all connected, and Travolta ends up using that guy, you know, and fucking it's great.
That's what I love about like Elmore Leonard novels and stuff like that, is like his dialogue is so good, like back and forth with all that. It's spot on. Oh, man.
It's such a different conversation, like under the current of like what they're saying.
What they're saying, there's more layers than just actually what's being said. Exactly. Yeah, totally the great way to put it. Maddie has a chance.
Definitely the answer to Maddie. Was that Maddie or Jem?
That was Jem. So get Shorty, Jem. There you go. Get Shorty. I got to watch it too. I won't probably have a joint, but I'll watch it for sure. Maddie.
I love the music in it, and I love California.
Yeah.
That was part of why I moved out there. Was I had that same fucking passion for it that John Travolta had.
That's awesome. Man, yeah, so many good movies adapted. Jackie, what's the one?
Jackie Chan?
No, Jackie Brown. That's another Elmore Leonard novel. Mm-hmm. That's a good one too.
Tarantino inspired, if not directed, movies. They're fucking, they're good. I probably told this, but first time I got a chance to go to LA, I had a booking there, and then Louis Spicoli lived there. He was supposed to take me out around, show me the town. I was excited. I was marking out being. I'd only been at the airport. That's it. Through the airport when I go to Japan was, you know, and then Louis. I was at Louis's house, and I wanted to go see this and this and this, and we ended up going to a strip club, and then Louis like falling asleep. I didn't know about his Soma
thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I kept saying, "Come on, Louis! Like, how long are we gonna be here? I want to see Beverly Hills. I want to see Hollywood Boulevard." And he was just saying, "Oh, we'll relax. We'll do that later." And one of his friends came up to me and he said, "Dude, you realize you're not going anywhere, right?" And, what do you mean? And he goes, "Louis probably gonna pass out. Probably gonna get kicked out, carried out by bouncers. Yeah, we'll be lucky if he doesn't throw up and piss himself, and then we'll be going home. Like his night is done." Look, you don't know how many somas he's been eating. I was like, "Are you serious?" Dude, he's been eating handfuls of them. They're gonna kick in any minute. And I was like, "No!" And I went over, Louis, we're going out, right? He was like, "Yeah, we're."
Oh.
And I was like, "No,
Louis.
I was so bummed because I had stayed an extra day or two on this booking and wanted to see the town. And so I rented a car, found my way to Venice Beach, and I was like, man, I want to watch them film Baywatch.
Right.
So I walk up on them while they're in, and man, I loved the fucking walk, the sidewalk, going in front of all the really big houses that are right there on the front, on the beach from, I guess it's Venice Beach, Venice Avenue, going what would be north, and first it's just houses all along the right, and it was awesome, like beautiful. Sun was out, fucking girls rollerblading by me, like everything was just perfect about it. And pretty soon I come up to Washington, and there's like a big circle of people gathered around, like a crowd. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on there? Like, I want to see what's going on. And as I visually made my way through the crowd, all these girls are wearing the shorts and shit, the red shorts, the red outfits anyway, and they're actually filming a Baywatch scene. So
you serious?
I manifested specifically what I was looking for out of my trip. And so I just felt this connection like right away with Los Angeles, California.
Man, that's great. Like, man, no wonder you moved there then too for a little bit. That makes a lot of sense.
I loved it.
Man, that's a hell of a man. Manifesting for sure.
It was like extras. There wasn't Pamela Anderson wasn't there or any of the stars on that scene at that time, but they had the suits on. I recognized, and then asked somebody and was like, holy shit, like for real? Like, dude, this city understands my vibe.
This gets it. They get it.
They get my thoughts.
They get my vibe. Maddie for the $5 says RVD demanded Sol Ruka James Cornette style, but instead of I don't know what that is.
Tennis racket?
Is that a tennis racket? That's what he's got a tennis ball. That's what it is. Thanks, Rob. Instead of a tennis racket, a joint to the eye, or a smash a bong over their head. RVD versus Bronson Reed. He's like Bam Bam. Oh, that would be pretty good. You versus Bronson Reed would be good. Boom. Yeah, there you go. That's all you need.
Oh, sorry, Barbar. Is that scary? Is that scary? No, I'm not going to hit you. It's scared, Barbie.
You smacking somebody with a big joint would be funny, though. Michael Montford, thanks for the $5. You're in the raffle for 1, 2. He said regarding the Big Bud Smokers Club, he said that was supposed to be you guys are invited to the Big Bud Smokers Club. Check us out online. I think you'll love what we are building. I'll take a look at it for sure, Michael. Thank you.
Check it out. Big Bud Smokers Club.
Big Bud Smokers Club. Have to take a gander. Ben Manthe, thank you. Ben Mantha? Ben Gay? Ben Mantha, 2174. Thanks for the $5. You were in the raffle. Question for the Zen Master. What is an upcoming info porkit that you were excited? Info porkit?
Infomercial?
Info porkit that you were excited for. Also, hope fatherhood is going swell. All love in Wisconsin. Wait, Ben, did you retweet it? Oh, he says, what's a future project that you are excited for? Future project. Thanks for clarifying that, Ben.
Well, is today the 9th? Oh, there's supposed to be a movie premiere yesterday for the zombie movie. Don't know if it happened or not. I haven't even thought about that till just now.
Oh. Living. I'm gonna look it up. Living.
How much I want to talk about publicly, but I am waiting to get some money back on an investment that I made in the movie. And so until that money gets paid back, I'm not going to be attending no premiere, but I thought it was just a good investment opportunity. It had nothing to do with the fact that I was in it. In fact, I would not invest in a movie starring RVD. No, that's not necessarily true. But I wouldn't, bank on my name in the movie business. It's just I'm one of the people in it, and it's something where I thought that I filled a gap and helped people out, and hopefully I did. But in the meantime, might be some shady shit going on. And but anyway, when it comes to future projects, they say never tell them your next move, and I'm starting to think that's something good to go by when possible, and to just fucking put it out instead of talking about I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that or I'm working on this. Sometimes that's not true, but then sometimes it is true, and then I have a tendency to sometimes work with some shady people, and that seems to be a mainstay throughout my entire career as far as like exploring different opportunities and shit. But I learn from it every time, and it's been a while, unless someone is doing something shady on the zombie movie, which is quite possible. But that's neither here. That's neither here nor there. It's the only time to use neither. Neither. Usually
well, Rob.
Hey, no. But anyway, as far as what I'm looking forward to, my cannabis rolling out. I named a few cities. Where else is it? Michigan is one of them.
Nice.
I don't know. 7 or 8. But with the cannabis, it looks like that's going to be something that's pretty big and looking to grow from there. So hopefully I'll be putting a lot of time into that. And it's really awesome having the kids, being a dad, which is something that I never fantasized about, never was a desire to be raising kids, but I never really paid attention. I never knew you could have a relationship with babies, just because I don't remember anything from probably 3 years old or maybe 4 years old. Everything else, I don't think I remember anything. So I guess knowing that, I didn't think that they did. I don't want to say anything meaningful, but I didn't know they were so interactive, and I didn't know that you could build the relationship from such a early stage through, even if they're not going to remember it, they're building their skills and values and interpretations, perception of the world, and getting a lot of love. But it's just they're so happy to see me, and they have this big smile, and it's just so great to make that connection, and they have a way of communicating too, of talking to you, of saying, "Hey, Dad, I want a fucking bottle, bro. What's up?
Hey, yeah.
Where's the milk? Get the milk."
Well, you saying that too, Rob, made me not. I was not aware that you could build a connection with babies in that manner either.
Yeah,
I did not know that, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're so interactive, and I love watching them look at Katie, and they follow her around the room with their eyes, and they're so helpless that, you know, they can like turn their head. That's about it. They can't like crawl yet. Karma has rolled over. Maybe they've each rolled over like once, but it's not something that normally they're even able to do. So they're kind of, you know, at the mercy of like where you point them or set them for the most part. But on top of that, they have like different cries, different facial expressions, and you can communicate back and forth. Not to mention, they do a lot of baby talk where they'll let you have it, and you can tell if they're complaining or if they're telling you, giving you a good Yahoo report. You know?
Yeah, I get filling you in on everything on the daily news.
Not Yahoo, Yelp.
Yelp, yeah, the Yelp review.
Crazy kids in your interweb,
your internets. So Ben in the chat is actually Ben McCoy, who we had on the show here a couple years back.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Hey Ben McCoy, what's up, brother?
Yeah.
How about that?
Thanks for chiming on in, Ben. I appreciate it.
Thinking about that, dude.
Good to hear from you again. Hope all is well. You are in the raffle for one, by the way. So there you go. Actually, I'll put you in the raffle for two because you basically gave $10.
Hope you're doing well, Beninator.
Yes, man. Hope all is good, my brother. Good to see you. There was a couple other things I wanted to touch upon real quick, Rob. This put a bug in my head a little bit. Was there's been some like sensationalized reports about CM Punk going on that like speculation, all speculation, and it's basically reported not be true. But he ended up like there were rumors that he was unhappy at WWE right now, and that's why he's been off television since WrestleMania. It's that not really the case from how it seems at all. And it made me think before we started doing the show tonight was like, I wonder what has been heavily falsely reported about Rob that got out there that was not true at all, and like just blown out, and you couldn't believe something like that got put out there. Like that had nothing to. Do you remember anything like that in the news that kind of took hit for you?
I don't know if it's anything. Trying to see if I can answer that question specifically. No, I mean this weekend at the signing, like some guy said that he was told that I only wanted to do Sunday and didn't want to do both days, and and I said no, that's just when they booked me, and someone else said that they heard that I only wanted what was it that he said? It was the exact same thing, though. I was like, who says these things? Like fuck no, I never said that. What was it? I can't remember. Maybe it was me and Victoria were on opposite sides of the room. Maybe it was that someone said that I wanted that. I don't know. It was something crazy. But it's not like shocking or surprising, but I have a list actually written down somewhere of things that people just believe about my legend that just aren't really true. You know,
Yeah.
I've heard I got a license from the federal government to smoke weed. People always think I'm on the cover of High Times magazine. You know, there's a list that I wrote down somewhere of a bunch of things like that. People think that I left WWE to take care of the Evil X when she had cancer, and or think that I got rid of the Evil X because she got cancer. I've heard both of those quite a few times. So there's a list of stuff like that. I mean, you know, people think that I got fired and or that I was pulled over for smoking marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's not true either.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not that time.
Not that time. Yeah, not that time. Not that time, at least. No, made me think about that because I was like,
I have gotten pulled over for smoking marijuana, but it wasn't punished, and it wasn't widely spread or known. But I can think of a couple times that I got pulled over for actually smoking marijuana. Yeah,
wow.
one of them was when I used to live on the hill in Los Angeles. I was going down the hill, and I just lit up and rolled the window down, and it was like one of those curvy roads, right?
Yeah.
I just rolled down, and then right around the corner comes a cop going against me, and went right through my cloud of smoke, turned around, pulled me over, and he made me sit on the curb, while he scolded me. But my punishment for that was he made me drop the joint on the ground and step on it and twist my foot and tear it up, destroy the joint. In other words, I just picked it up afterwards and went and re-rolled it though.
That's great.
Yeah. And there was another time in Texas I can think of when I was smoking and got pulled over, I guess for speeding, but he insisted that he smelled the marijuana, and it was quite an intense standoff that seemed to last quite a while, but he was never able to prove shit, so that went in my favor.
How about that? Wow. Yeah, no, I knew there's like some reports were like false that kind of got out there, or like speculation of stuff, and with you on certain aspects, but yeah, that's pretty crazy.
There's a lot. You know?
I bet there's so many, and like I bet that happens all the time with wrestlers too. Something gets reported out there by the dirt sheets, and it's just like that's not true at all. Like, where did they get that shit at?
Yeah.
Homeboy Sean, man, talk about synchronicity here. Thanks for the $10. You're in the raffle for 2. I've been making it a hobby this past year, collecting old High Time magazines. I just copped the Aussie cover where you were featured in.
Sweet.
Huge get as a stoner wrestling fan. Much love from Stockton, California. So thanks, homeboy Sean. You're in there.
Yeah, man, that was my coming out party as a stoner, to appear in High Times magazine and do an interview about smoking. Tracy Smothers said I would have a target on my back for life, that I wouldn't be able to walk through the airport without having all my bags checked every time. Don't do it. Just, smoke your stuff in the corner, be quiet. And I was like, can't do it, dude. Like, people got to know that this is safer than the cigarettes that they're smoking. Back then, I think it's 1997, 98.
Almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
99 at the latest, the High Times magazine article. I think it was before that. I think it was 97, 98. And, man, cigarette smoking was so popular back then.
Big time.
Everybody was smoking cigarettes. It was so, and I was, learning about the comparative values and learning that 50% of long-term cigarette smokers die as a result from a cigarette, and 0 people die as a direct result from smoking weed ever. And I was like, I can't just be quiet about that. Like, people got to know, they got to know. I got to tell them. And so I did. And that article in High Times magazine was like me coming out. I just, learned and was starting to learn a lot of the stuff. I was no expert back then, but I was learning about the hypocrisies in the law and in the education and what I was told. And so that was enough.
Wow, man. Yeah. So the High Times magazine that came out in 1999. You're right.
99.
1999. Moogle said Butterbean, Eric Esch, did win at the Kalamazoo strongman competition a few times. And
Strongman contest.
Oh, okay.
Competition.
Yeah, and his strongman career with a record of 56-5. But I know, though, Moogie, that he was part of the Tough Man because they had the Tough Man video game. So he was part of the Tough Man contest. He just talked about it on Briscoe and Bradshaw. So it wasn't strongman. I think it was.
I would think the strongman would have more to do with weightlifting.
Yeah, like that's what Mark Henry did and shit like that, right? Am I wrong on that?
You gotta like throw the thing like way over.
Yeah, Butterbean didn't do that. I don't think
like
he
that.
did.
So he was Tough Man.
Yeah, Butterbean was Tough Man because like I said, I just saw like the Tough Man video game when I was looking up for graphics for it and stuff like that. Because I run the Briscoe Bradshaw YouTube channel.
I'm glad you didn't knock me out in front of my family.
Ooh, man. I want to ask this real quick, Rob.
If you were he's saying Kalamazoo, but no, Butterbean wasn't in the Kalamazoo Tough Man contest.
He was he was from the South. I think he's from like Mississippi or Indiana or something like that.
Yeah, where is he from? Maybe he's in Georgia.
I want to say Indiana, Rob. I want to say Butterbean.
Well, then just say it.
I'm saying it. I'm just gonna say just whatever I said earlier on. Now.
Ready?
Yes.
Together.
Butterbean
is from
Indiana. Actually, he's from Atlanta, Georgia. I just looked it up.
I told you.
Dang it, Rob. If you were in WWE in 1998, where they did the Brawl for All, where they boxed each other.
Yes.
Would you have done that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I totally think so. Yeah.
Because I
would have had to fight Butterbean too if I made it that far.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Butterbean said the mistake Bart Gunn made is he prepared for a regular boxing match. And he said that it was Tough Man rules. And so the rounds were only a minute. So all Butterbean did was train for a minute, did like his minute kind of style. And if Bart prepared for that, he probably would have done a better job than what happened. So stinks.
No, I did the same thing. And, I did the Tough Man contest. And then I trained with James Williamson. And then also I trained with Terry Gay, who Lightning Foot Terry Gay.
Oh.
Is that his name?
I'm going to look it up. Lightning Foot. Terry. Yeah.
Lightning Foot is Jerry Flynn. I'm not sure if he's Terry Gay or Terry Gay kickboxer. Put that in.
Okay. Let me try that out then. No, that's not it. Okay, I'll try Terry Gay kickboxer.
He's from Coldwater, where Dan Severn's from.
Oh, damn.
Super T. That was his name. Super T.
World kickboxing champion and professional boxer. Master T. Master Super T. 8th degree black belt. Holy smokes.
Yeah. So I was training with this guy and his fighters, and he was... Kit Likens had 2 losses on his record, and one of them was Terry Gay.
Wow.
And so I went and trained with Terry Gay, and after fighting there, I did the same thing. I got in a Tough Man contest the next year, and I also had trained for like a longer fight and shit. And the guy that I was up against, he just kept like every time we get close to each other, he would throw a side kick, bam, and then just grab me. And then the referee would have to split us up. It was frustrating me, but I was too stupid to do anything about it, and he just won the match by doing that over and over again. But that guy ended up making it to the main event and losing to the guy that beat me in the main event the year before.
Oh. How would you handle that different? So he would like kick you and then grab you. What would you have done in the fight to do it differently then? Like, would you just like strike him more or something? Or how?
Man, you know what? I think I just kept thinking, you know what? Like, first off, he was really fast with that kick. I kept thinking he's not going to get me again with it. I'm going to be expecting it. But he kept getting it, like, and it was doing some damage, but not, you know what I mean? I would probably circle around him more instead of coming straight at him, for starters. so that he couldn't just fucking throw that kick at me.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. We'll just, I was just a kid, man.
Just a kid. I had a lot to learn. Okay, I'll close out with this, Rob. So, Rib Shot, this last week, they put on a clip they did a cartoon of you, and I'm sure you saw it because I think you shared it too. But of you talking to Vince about not going overseas for the troops. Yeah. Really great stuff. It's like one of the best stories you told on the podcast, but Rib Shot did even more justice by turning it into a cartoon. So you guys got to check it out. Go check out Rib Shot.
We should put like just a quick little trailer of that on to help them out. You know?
Yes, I'll insert that after the show. I'll put it in. I'm sure they don't care. I don't think Rib Shot will care if I put it in
no, it would help. If it's just real small, and just
what I'll do is I'll cut away from this clip and then I'll put it here. Boom, right here. It's going right now. Rib Shot. All right.
There it is. Oh shit! Look at it.
Wow. So today, it was 24 years ago today too, where Stone Cold walked out on Vince McMahon after Vince wanted him to lose to Brock Lesnar on Raw, and Austin didn't care. He didn't want to lose he didn't care about losing to Brock Lesnar, but there was no story involved with it and no build to it. He would have been willing to do it, but Vince just threw it out there that he wanted to lose to Brock Lesnar on Raw with no rhyme or reason. And then Vince went and cut a promo in the ring about him and said like, Steve Austin is no longer here. We'll always remember Stone Cold, and but Stone Cold owes everybody an apology backstage and stuff like that. And then Sean Waltman went on X today, and he's like, I don't think anybody really was that upset that Austin did that, like any wrestlers and stuff like that. I was curious. Do you remember that happening at all, Rom, when that went down? No? Okay.
I mean, it sounds vaguely familiar. What year was it?
2002-ish? 2002, I think.
And Vince, who did he say that to?
So here he said it on Raw. Here, I have the clip here, Rob. We'll play a little bit of it. Let's see if I can cue it up here.
To the people?
Yep. But that's
kind of that does look, that is familiar, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
I wasn't mad at him.
No, right?
Nah.
Could you imagine if Vince did that to you, though? Like, if you didn't go to the troops, and he would be like, Rob owes everybody an apology backstage.
Yeah.
We're not going to the troops.
Yeah.
But
that's different than leaving when you're in that position, and but everyone would move up, so everyone would be happy, and give them a chance. But yeah, from the show standpoint, you got your ticket sellers and the guy they've invested everything in, and the story is built around that guy, and then it does affect you when they leave professionally, because then your job goes from working at a Walmart to working at a little convenience store,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like you've heard the old timers say, back when there was 3 shows a night, that they all were hoping they would be on the same show as Hulk Hogan, because then all the people were going to be there and they were going to get paid more and shit. So like if Hulk Hogan just walked out and left, then you could see how some people could prospectively be affected in a negative way, to where they're like, bro, dude, there goes our fucking cash cow. What happened?
Yeah. Well, hypothetically, say if like you're on the TV title run or whatever, and like Paul Heyman out of nowhere is like, hey, Rob, I just want you to drop the title to, I'm just trying to think of Pitbull #2 or something. Like, how would you handle that then? Because like, say there's no story involved with it or anything to that effect, and it just wants it to kind of happen. Like Vince obviously thought like Brock's the next big thing, obviously, but just from a hypothetical standpoint, like how would you think you would have reacted to that in that time?
Yeah, if it was really about that,
Mm-hmm.
then I wouldn't have reacted that way at all. You know what I mean? Like if it was more about, you know what, I feel like Paul doesn't appreciate me and he's looking to get rid of me. You know, he's looking to knock me down, knock me out of my position, and then he's probably not going to book me anymore, or he's gonna try to do something stupid and punish me and have me, you know, team with Blue Meanie, something like that. No offense, Meanie. I'm just joking. Just trying to make an example, fill in whatever. But yeah, I would have felt like that about Meanie at the time. You know, I would have been like, dude, what the fuck? I gotta tell him, I gotta show him, you know, he can't fuck with me that way or something. I could see otherwise if it was really just about that, if it was just about boom, we want to make a change. I don't know, I could see being hurt, I don't know. I can't see doing that. I can't see personally that, you know, in the hypothetical situation you put me in, I cannot see me just leaving, and unless it was about the relationship, you know. If it was just about that particular loss or losing the title that night or that way, no, it wouldn't have affected me that much.
Okay, Austin's argument too, I think too, is like, this should be selling out like a big, like in stadium, like a dome stadium, instead of having it on Raw out of nowhere, you know.
What is that install though?
No, I guess it would be, right? Yeah,
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, so that's the other thought about it too, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. It's like, but I thought it was cool because like you kind of stood up for yourself, like against Vince at that point, and then that's kind of Austin's way when he did it too the one time. So
yeah, because what it was about for me with that thing, it wasn't just about going or not going on that trip. It became about, you know, whether he thinks I'll stand up to him or he can fucking maneuver me, manipulate me like a fucking puppet or not, you know?
Yeah, yeah. When you watched the Rib Shot cartoon, was that Lord Alfred Hayes picture that they put behind Vince?
I think so. That sounds right, yeah.
Because somebody was asking that in the comments, I noticed, and I was like, was that Lord Alfred Hayes they put behind him?
Yeah.
They do some funny shit on there, man. Yeah, we'll definitely share that clip on here. So.
He told me there's something that's in every cartoon. I can't remember if it's Lord Alfred Hayes or if there's something else that he finds a way. Oh, no, I think it's kids that he went to school with or something.
Oh, no shit. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love how he just randomly puts wrestlers in the situations, too, like Hardcore Holly's in it and stuff.
Yeah, they'll be doing something funny, too. I'm just it's chilling. Yeah.
So funny.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, cool. All right, we'll do the raffle. Man, we had a lot of raffle entries. Let me get the cards real quick. I got them right over here.
And everyone in the chat room, did I change a whole bunch? Am I stunned? Am I?
Yeah, did Rob's whole vibe change?
Going off my gourd.
Going off the gourd? Is he losing it? Is he laughing his ass off?
Bro, they had to end the show.
Bro, Rob was so high he couldn't continue.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what the cards are, but they're here, everybody. Believe me. Oh, they're right here.
By the way, I never collected cards, but the Topps WWE cards, you know, they send them by the box load and we sign them and send them back. And the ones that I just sent back are definitely my favorite RVD cards so far.
Really? Ooh, okay.
Well, it's me doing the split up in the gardens. Can't remember what the name of this gardens was up in North Hollywood where we did this photo shoot in like 2001 or 2002. It was so long ago. But it's a waste management plant / beautiful gardens.
Oh, nice.
It is. And so people in the area know what I'm talking about. The treatment center. But it's where I did the famous split scene on the wooden railings. I think I got.
You got the black pants on?
I think I got blue jeans on.
Yeah.
Baggies and even the shirtless. But anyway, Yeah, I just signed 1,000 of different colored prints of that badass picture.
That's awesome. Well, that'll be a sweet card to get. But here's another sweet card. Look at that. That's the die cut one. We'll get with Rob. And then you'll get an RVD IOU with this one. That's the grand prize tonight. Boom. So check that out.
That's what's on my 7-Eleven Survivor Series poster.
Oh, really? No way. There we go.
Yes, sir.
So there it is right there. And then the runner-up will get this Luke Harper, Brody Lee, the late Brody Lee, his rookie card.
Boom.
So let's get the wheel up back again. We'll add it to the
spin that wheel.
And we'll spin the wheel. So first round, this will be for the main prize here. First spin will be for the main prize. I got everybody's entries in here. Thanks, everybody, for doing this. And here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Who could it be? Oh, it's Ash Vega. Ash Vega, email me, epdangelo@gmail.com. DEANGLO@gmail.com. And hit me up with your information, and I'll send you this. You get this, an RVD IOU, or if you ever meet RVD, he gives you an autograph and a free picture. So there you go. All right. Here's the Luke Harper rookie card.
Did you know that Vinny Vega was a cousin to the Travolta character in
Pulp Fiction?
Well, yeah, Vinny Vega in Pulp Fiction was a cousin.
Vic Vega's cousin in Reservoir Dogs.
Thank you. I had it before I started talking. Yeah, because I was thinking about get Shorty in there, and then I had to straighten that out in my head.
Yeah. Maddie, you win this. So, Maddie, I have your info already, so you get the Luke Harper rookie card. How about that? So congrats to Maddie. And congrats to Ash Vega. Be sure to get a hold of me, Ash. Like I said, Frankie Terrizzo, if you tuned in, be sure to send me your address, dpdangelo@gmail.com. Give me your address. It's all ready to go for you. And Girl Gamer, I got a bike. Those cards still down to you. But I think everybody else I got covered for the most part. Who's gotten back to me. So there we go. Everything's been nailed out. Like doing it. And Rob, I like doing this show. This was fun. So
awesome.
We had a good one.
Yes. All right, yo, another fun week.
Another fun week in the books. Thank you all for tuning in. And thank you, Rob. We'll see you next time here on What? One of a Kind with who? Oh, it's with RVD. Boom.
And that's me.
That's him. See you guys.
RVD.